Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you?
Alrighty. Good evening. What's up, friends? Misadventures in Astro. Thank you for the lurk. Glad to have you here. How's everybody's week starting out? Monday. Yeah. Monday. It was supposed to be kind of clearish. The forecast like this morning was like maybe like light, a little bit of haze, a little bit of transparency, a little bit of seeing issues, but otherwise pretty clear most of the night. And it was like the most beautiful, like sunny. It was the classic SoCal winter day. It was like friggin' warm, like mid 70s, absolutely blue sky, calm, like perfect. And then right about 4 o'clock, it's like almost 100% overcast with like thin haze, right? So I can see the moon and Venus shining through. But yeah, we'll be doing no new data gathering tonight. Welcome, everybody. But we've got plenty of other fun stuff to work on. Zach, how are you doing? Good to see you, PP Land. Good to see you. Zach says Tim from, is it William Optics? I guess. $225 for a new objective lens. Is that the main like front lens? I don't know my refractor terms. I'm guessing objective sounds like primary, like the first one. So that's what I'm guessing. $225. I mean, yeah, that sucks. It doesn't. But is that something that's pretty user serviceable? You kind of just unscrew something and you can just put the new one in there, or does it have to be like aligned or calibrated or something? And yeah, Zach's saying Zach's got clear skies, but bum equipment. And I've got good equipment, but cloudy skies. So that's how it goes, isn't it? Myth, you got your Astrocam. Cool. Which camera did you get? Yeah, you said you thought it was a mono cam, but it's color. So did you change your mind on mono and decide to go color? Still waiting for... Yeah, okay. Waiting for some gear, yeah. Yeah, the one closest to what you're looking at. Front lens. Yeah, right. Cool. Got it. What's up, Mazif? Let's go! That's what my CPU is about to be saying. We're going to make it scream. ESI 183 MC Pro. Cool. Myth, was that you that shared that in the we were talking about that in the Discord? I get everybody, people use different names, and it's hard enough keeping track of new people, and then they have different names, but it's all cool. Jeffrey, oh, Myth, yeah, okay, okay. You've got it in there. My bad. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Monocam is MM. Yeah, you decided to go color. Yeah, shooting mono is probably like, if you're just starting out, like, just go one shot color. I mean, like, there's so much to already keep in your head. And like I've been doing this for like, you know, enough time for me that I'm like, even the idea of, yeah, for me, like I kind of got everything sort of down, at least in my equipment, my workflow. But the idea for me going to like a monocam is like, oh man, it starts to get kind of a lot more complicated, because for every color shot now you need like at least like 3 different, like an RGB or an, you know, or narrowband colors, and then they also shoot luminance, and then. But then you need flat frames for all of those, and then you need to gather, like, so setting up the sequencing and stuff for that, like, it definitely takes it to another level. Yeah, get like a really good monocam. Yeah, that's probably a great way to go, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've got like the camera I've got is like really kind of like an entry level budget cam, but you can still do some really great stuff with it because cameras are so great these days. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Sid? Mono all the way. I feel you. It's just like, yeah, it saps some fun out of it. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so, yeah, I really believe, I'm a strong believer in, you know, incremental steps, incremental progress in any new thing you're getting into. You know, start as simply as possible, because, and then, you know, get small successes, and then, you know, build on that success. When you're, you know, having regular little bits of success, that feels really good. You get that like dopamine hit, you know, and that makes you want to keep moving forward. But if you have something that's so complex to set up, and to try to learn how to use and everything, then you end up like struggling, and then, you know, you don't get anywhere, and then you get frustrated and you give up. So yeah, definitely small incremental successes, for sure. Space isn't going anywhere. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. Your last success was getting your mount connected to Nina. Yeah, right, there you go. See, even Myth, I would suggest, if you've never used any of this stuff, leave the guide cam off for now. Just focus on getting Nina set up and your polar alignment. Make sure you can get your polar alignment dialed and get Nina set up, and just do like 30-second exposures or something like that. Just try to get round stars, you know, just get the workflow down, and then add the complexity of the guide scope, right? One step at a time. Zach will shoot mono when he can drop 10K. 4 telescopes on a single mount, each one shooting a different filter. There you go. Would that make it better? Would that make it more complicated or less? Clouds are hitting you too. Yeah, we're about to get hit with I'm seeing all kinds of warnings about like massive Santa Ana winds coming in the next few days. Where I'm at's kind of a little bit sheltered. But the Santa Ana winds can, I mean, even if you're not getting the wind at the ground level, it can be heckin' windy, you know, a couple hundred feet up. And so the seeing, like, it can be super clear that night because it'll blow all the smog and shit out to sea. But the seeing just goes to shit because it's just heckin' turbulent up there. Yeah, totally. All right, so we're doing no astronomy here tonight, but we're gonna we're gonna have fun with data. You guys saw this one. No, this is cool. I can't wait to get more data on this. I think I'm gonna do I may do this one totally differently, but that's for a different day. We're gonna work on the California Nebula. This is something that I shot a while ago. This is kind of one of the first good images I got with my new rig. And this is a great shot. I think this looks really, really terrific. I'm really pleased with this. This is more than full range. This is a 2-panel mosaic, actually. So I kind of a dumb way to shoot this target, honestly, with my setup. Because my sensor, the sensor on my camera is basically a 16:9 sensor. So, you know, shooting it in the obvious would be like the camera rotated 90. But for some reason, I wanted to try it shooting at a mosaic. So it's a 2-panel mosaic. Let me load some. I'll show you some sub exposures here. So that's one. That's the lower part, and then the upper part, right? So yeah. Why did I choose to do it like that? I can't really tell you. Well, you get more sort of resolution in the full image. And I just wanted to try mosaic mode because Nina has its built-in, mosaic mode stuff. So, yeah, California Nebula is almost entirely an HA emission nebula. So it's perfect for shooting in the light pollution with, with narrowband filters. So I have seen like people shoot this in narrowband filters like the SHO palette, and there's other colors in there. So I guess there is some oxygen and like sulfur in there, but it's mostly hydrogen. So, yeah. So my image is going to look entirely red, but it still looks really cool. I mean, there's very cool detail here in the dust, and there's like dark nebula stuff. So this image was one of the first images I shot with my new rig. So this is all just 60-second exposure. So this is this was unguided, and I don't remember how much integration time we have here, so not a whole lot. How would this image benefit from more data? We're gonna find out. Maybe it won't, because it's already pretty bright. But if I zoom in here, I can see that it's a bit noisy where it rolls off here, and my background is a bit noisy. Part of that's kind of just the processing, but there's a lot of faint stuff out here that may get more. So not only do I have more data now, but I have 5-minute exposure. So 5-minute longer exposure should give you better signal to noise ratio. So should be able to get a cleaner image, less noisy image, and I don't know, maybe we'll get like a whole bunch more faint hydrogen that'll look cleaner data, exactly. So first we got to do is we got to do some we got to do a whole heck of a lot of stacking. And okay, I have 200 gigs free on this drive. Hopefully that's enough. It might not be that much. We'll see. I'm gonna also stack my 60-second data, so it's gonna be. I probably should have done this. Like, I definitely should have stacked these. I had all day today. I could have stacked these off screen. So. Can you HDR with 2 sets of time frames, or does it require 3? Yeah, I think you can do 2. I think it kind of depends on what you're trying to pull out. Depends on how much like range of brightness the image is. For something like the Orion Nebula that has a really large dynamic range, then I think you want more. Let's see. Okay. Oh, also now I have better calibration frames. I have bias, I have dark flats, and I have new flats. But these are the wrong. I'm glad I saw this, because these are the wrong. These are the wrong calibration frames. How much data storage should I prepare to have on hand when doing long exposures all night? I think if you have like a terabyte, you're probably. It depends on your camera. How many megapixels your camera is, right? How big the images are. But probably storage is cheap. Probably like a terabyte SSD is fine. All right, where am I going here? I need calibration frames. And my 0.29 second dark flats, that's right. And my flats are flat 0.29 seconds. Those were the ones. I shot some new flats recently. Okay, lights. So I have to do 2 separate stack operations because this is a 2-panel mosaic, right? So I'm going to start with number panel 1. Add all those. 20 added. Mazda fills a 2 terabyte drive a year. That's not too bad. Yeah, 20 megapixels. So you'll use more data than mine because my camera's like 8 megapixels. So you'll need like twice. But I think I've got like on my mini PC that's I'm running Nina on. I think it's got a 512 gig partition for storage, and it's like nowhere near full. So if you got 8 terabytes, I mean you're good for storing it, but you need that storage. You need the storage on your your rig for imaging, right? So oh, cool, Sid. Yeah. We'll check that out. Yeah, let me get this stacking. Yeah, Sid wants to do like a it's actually probably a really good idea, like a budget observatory, right? So basically just like a cover, and you could probably control that all within Nina. So yeah, let me get this stacking going, and then yeah, share that in the Discord if you will, and we'll talk about that because that could be super cool. All right, 53 added. Add lights. Go on panel 1. So I've got a whole crap load of these 60-second exposures. Oh, fast integrated was automatically selected. That's a new one. Let's see. Next date. 1. Okay. 21. So look at all those. 41 frames. I have 193 frames. Yeah, okay. 193 and 41. 41 300-second exposures and 193 60-second exposures. Hopefully I've gone through those already, and I think oh crap, did I? Like deleted the bad ones? I think I've already gone through these. Oh, I didn't go through these already. Crap. All right, shoot. I'm gonna have to go through all these files here. I think it will, do that for me, but I'm gonna go through them and delete the bad ones. Weird side questions. Ever plays EVE Online? No, I have not played EVE Online. I bet it's pretty freaking cool. Is that like a massively multiplayer, like space battle sim or something like that, I think? Alright, so bear with me. I'm going to go through these and I'm going to delete out the ones that show obvious signs of really bad trailing. Actually, none of them are really bad trailing. They're just kind of bad trailing. If they were really bad trailing, I would have deleted them. Yeah, space MMO. Yeah, I never really played any MMOs. Just never really got into any. I think it probably, there's definitely some that would be really cool. No, it's cool. Yeah. No, I don't really need to do any kind of concentrating right now. I'm just looking for not round stars on these, on these sub exposures here. So, which is pretty easy to see. It's your kryptonite, huh? Yeah, I definitely have put many hours into many games, but not EVE Online. The last like RPG-ish game I think I played was probably Cyberpunk, which was super cool. And that game's seen a lot of updates and improvements and stuff, so it's probably way better now than back when I played it. All right, we're looking for. You've put in 16 years. Okay, well, I definitely haven't played a game for that long. Mainly if I'm playing games these days, pretty much the only game I'm playing is Apex. And me and Scott by Scott will get some Apex going. Sometimes he pops in the chat. Scott, feel free to critique the quality of the stream. Hopefully the quality of the stream looks better. Let me know if you guys think it looks better. I changed some settings in OBS. I had some settings that were like obviously not good, and I don't know why. Like I had it like way downscaling, and I don't know why I did that. I must have like been doing a screen recording or something a while ago and forgot to change it back. So the longer yeah, that's one thing, right, Maziv? So and the less processing time. So the longer exposures, then the less individual files you have, the less storage you need, and the less processing time in stacking them. So that's one advantage to long exposures. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. We got through them all. That was quick. This program is really great. This is, if you guys haven't seen, this is, if you don't have this, download the suite of applications from ZWO, and they have a FITS file viewer. And so if you just load one FITS file, it'll automatically load all the other files in the directory. And so you can just really quickly just go through them like that. So that's really cool. Yeah, okay. Now we can go back and add California Nebula. Let's see, 29, 1, 48. Then add. Luckily, it's only 2 nights here. Okay, so now we have 41 300-second frames and 181 60-second frames. I have bias frames. I have dark flats, 0.29 seconds, flats, 0.29 seconds, lights. Okay, post calibration. So we have 6 hours and 26 minutes. Pretty good. And we're going to drizzle this too. And we need to set an output directory. New folder, going to call that out1. And we hit run on that. Fun stuff. So 30 60-second exposures takes up less space than 30 180-second exposures. No, the file size is the same. It's just the total integration time is less for the same amount of integration time, right? So if you have 30 60-second exposures is equivalent to 15 120-second exposures. If I did that math right in my head. Yeah, just less overall. Yeah. Oh, stupid thing. For some reason, Twitch always defaults to put me in the flight simulator category. I mean, that's what I was originally doing when I was streaming. But when I hit go live, it puts me in that category. And I forget to change it. I hate to be in the wrong category. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, right now I'm having to stack, 181 plus 41 files, right? So it's going to take way longer and way more temporary storage because it's got to have to write all those calibrated files back to the drive. So, oh, we're in an ad break. I guess if you're on YouTube, you probably don't see the ad breaks. Or if you're a subscriber, you don't see the ad breaks. Actually, ad break is perfect when we're doing stacking. Okay, did Sid post about his observatory? No, he didn't. We didn't post yet. Okay. Yeah, Sid was talking about doing like a really simple observatory, basically just like a rollaway roof or something that you could put over your rig and control that remotely. I know you could control that in Nina. How to set that up and make it work? Well, that'll be a fun, challenging project. And to do something that would be like what's a good budget kind of environmental cover, right? It's not going to be like a proper observatory dome or whatever, right? But just like a cover, and it's not going to protect it from, like some ridiculous storm, but like, a light to moderate rain, right? Like that's, there we go. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what he's got here. Yeah, So is this like is the idea this is sort of like a flexible cover, like a fabric cover, like an umbrella? Let me see if I can yeah, so let me get the that display. Yeah, so you got 4. I mean, you originally were describing to me like 2 vertical pillars. Now you got 4, which is cool. And then, yeah, so, yeah, this could be like a flexible fabric cover, I suppose. The tricky part is you want to be able to have it, when it's retracted, you don't want to block any part of the telescope's view of the night sky, and when it's covered, then you want it to fully cover enough of the telescope, right? Yeah, like a soft top for a Jeep or a boat. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm picturing here. That could be cool. Yeah, a soft top. I was thinking like a garage door on like a rolling track. Like a garage door kind of thing, but a fabric cover might be easier to fabricate and lighter weight for moving around and stuff. It's definitely something that could be worth brainstorming. Definitely something that could be a thing. It could be, I think, really useful to the astronomy community to have a reliable, relatively easy to fabricate, telescope cover, and and have it be so you could control it via Nina, just like all your other gear. So, yeah, this could be something fun, to a good challenge. I'm always up for a good engineering challenge. Yeah. Yeah, perhaps. And I have a good friend of mine, Alfredo, has a business. He manufactures soft goods, you might say. He's a sewing shop, and so he manufactures things like heavy-duty bags, like duffel bags and stuff, for like gym equipment and other various. So he's got access to. I mean, he's got like tons of materials, and he's got scrap materials, and he could make a really nice canvas, like heavy duty, canvas cover, fabric cover. So that might be worth looking into, and so that could be an option. Yeah, you'd need like you know, the motors to drive it. Stepper motors are cheap, and, you know, 3D printed gears. I know how to do that. You'd need some sort of frame structure for the fabric. You know, you can probably get like tent poles or something like that. So just finished 3D printing a raptor claw to go along with your Jurassic Park Jeep build. I gotta see pictures of that, Myth. You gotta post that in the Discord for sure. That sounds badass. I printed a like the really popular T-Rex skeleton. There's a popular T-Rex skeleton model you can download. I printed that at 200% scale. Let me find that video. We can watch some of that while the stacking is going on here. This video ended up getting like kind of a decent amount of views on YouTube too. So this MakerBot has this model of a yeah. So look at this thing is so big. This was really fun to build. This was I built the Stegosaurus too. Look at how big the feet are. The leg, like the femurs are like they're huge. That's right. I used a nail file to like clean up the teeth because the teeth were you know, that worked really good to clean up like the little blobs on material and stuff on there. The ribs are super hard to print when they're big like that. Cool. We're still stacking in the background here, by the way. There's a banana for scale. My parents' like front yard garden really made a perfect backdrop for it. Yeah, that was a cool model. I don't really have a place to display stuff like that. I definitely would like to print like another one. That was fun. I printed this all in ABS. So, yeah, that was cool. And we're done. Look at that. Donezo. All right. Yes, so purge that. How much space? Oh, it didn't even take up that much space on my drive. Out one, and we'll look at master. Can't call it a dinosaur without that. I don't know what that word is. Open. Actobellum? That's a tough one. That's a tough one, Sid. Did this drizzle? Oh, that's weird. I opened the wrong one. Yeah, it's supposed to be drizzle. There we go. I need my process icons to load those up. Hey, what's up, JB? How are you doing? We are processing the California Nebula. And I just finished stacking the first part of it. I shot it in a 2-panel mosaic. Yeah, I think we've got a whole crap load more. Holy moly. Like a lot more. And this is going to be real smooth in here. Yeah, I think we've got really good signal to noise ratio in here now. So, yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm here. All right. So that's the first one. Yeah. Well, so this is I'll show you the final. This is the first time I shot it, and so you can see this is just the bottom half here, And yeah, I've got a lot more data on it now, so we're reprocessing it, seeing how much better, if any better, if that it can be. So, okay, so that one is done. Now, let me see, I need to, let me just clear out some unneeded calibration files, just to free up some drive space. And now I need to, I do need to manually go through these sub-exposures again to look for bad ones. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you wanted to shoot it for a while, but you haven't, huh? Yeah, there's some really beautiful detail in here. This is one that I shot many, many years ago before I knew what I was doing and didn't have very good equipment, and was quite poor. And so I'm happy to get a newer version of it that's quite nice. I'm quite happy with. And this is an excellent target for the current equipment I have, which has a relatively wide field of view. And since it's mostly a hydrogen alpha emission nebula, it'll show up really good in the light pollution if you have a proper light pollution narrowband filters or filter. And right now is like the perfect time to shoot it, because it's like it's like overhead for most of the night. It's going kind of, at least where I'm at, kind of right through the zenith. So it's in a good spot in the sky. So okay, those are pretty okay. And now I gotta look at my next folder. This is one where I have a lot more. Oh, okay. Oh, you're using a Newtonian? Are you having trouble? What kind of troubles are you having? We're all here. We're here for troubleshooting. Check out the Discord. I pinned it to the top. I pinned the Discord. Yeah. So happy to help. If you want to share some sample images, let us know what kind of image problems you're having in there. Happy to help. Got a few guys in there that are much more experienced than I am. But I used to shoot with a Newtonian, so I know kind of what the deal with that is. I'm in Southern California, so I'm in the light pollution. Like it's pretty much as bad as it gets. But I guess pretty much everywhere in North America this time of year, the California nebula is going to be right overhead. So I have a monkey head nebula shot myth. I'll show you. Yeah, I have one. It's a little bit small for my my setup. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did notice that. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, remind me when I get this stacking. We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at that image. Just give me a minute here. I think PixInsight does this for me and rejects the bad ones. And none of these are really that bad, but I just like to make sure I'm starting with good data. Literally pixel peeping over here. Yeah, I'm super interested in that little mini Newtonian because it's kind of exactly what I want for my next optics. So I do want something with more focal length, with more reach, especially as it's approaching galaxy season, as they say, and we have a lot of much smaller targets that are in the night sky. And also, I kind of just want to push my mount that I built, you know, and see like what, you know, how good can it actually do? Because it's handling this field of view like an absolute champ. So yeah, right on, Myth. Yeah, that's still, so yeah, I mean, so 80% of 714 is still not, I mean, I'm talking about like, you know, I want to shoot on the scale of like, you know, like, like, you know, 1,000mm or something like that. Mount track's pretty good. Yeah, with guiding, it's like, with guiding, I'm doing 500-second exposures, and they're perfect every single time unless there's clouds, you know, or one of my cables snags or something, right? So, all right, back to the weighted batch pre-processing script. And I've changed some things in Discord so you guys can actually see what I'm doing now. Let's see, flats, darks, dark flats. Add lights. Okay. California Nebula here too. And I'm gonna have not quite an even number of frames here. Lights. Damn, I'm kind of feeling this jam right here. This one's kind of a banger. I'm gonna turn that up there for you guys. A lot of this like free, like, you know, copyright safe stream background music is like pretty lame. But I don't know. Sometimes I really vibe on it. It's a xylophone? I'm kind of digging that sound. You don't normally hear that kind of sound with this kind of music. All right, let's go. Post calibration. We want to drizzle it and the output directory. We'll just call this one AU2 because I missed the letter T. All right. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. Putting an upper optical assembly to try and debug the distances. Okay. So Jay, I'm using doing 500-second subs on my mount, and every single one of them is like tits round. Right, tits perfect. It's only time it's a problem is if there's like clouds or, you know, a cable snags or something like that. Without guiding, I was doing 60-second exposures, and I did end up having to throw away maybe 20-30% of those. So I need a guide, but you know, whatever. It works good with guiding, so just do it. Yeah. Your math is probably better than what my head math was. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Get some Milky Way shots. Yeah, it's pretty great. Okay, so let's see. Myth shared some dinosaur. Come on.
I need a scarecrow after what you
that's
did.
badass.
'Cause all of the birds know that I'm almost dead. I'm barely breathing.
Are you gonna just leave that black, or are you gonna paint it? Have you seen the bone? There's like bone colored filaments. It's good for printing. Well, bones. The xylophone, yeah. I'm gonna turn those guys back around. Raptor claw, yeah, there you go. I don't know why I had a problem with that. Oh, trying to, yeah, PhD calibration stuff. Yeah, that's a whole freaking rabbit hole. Yeah, I think I was having trouble with that too, and I can't remember, like what I did. Hell yeah, look at this Jurassic Park Jeep. This is badass, dude. Every like 5 to 12-year-old kid's dream right there, right? The freaking Jurassic Park Jeep. Got some dirt on there too. It looks like it's actually been seen some adventures. Had a friend in a friend group that had a Jeep. He was famous for his Jeep, and always wanted him to make it a Jurassic Park Jeep, but I don't know, he wasn't cool enough for that. What can we say? Oh, there you go. Oh, cool. Yeah, you need to take the Jeep Club out to the desert and bring the telescopes. Introduce those guys to astronomy as well. That'd be very cool. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, PhD calibration stuff. Yeah, that could be a thing. Are you connecting to your mount through? Is PhD connected to your mount through, through USB and the ASCOM drivers, or are you using the ST4 cable type of situation? And let's see, where did your stuff end up here? Your pictures of your scope. Can't remember. Was that in projects? Yes. Okay. Here's your scope. So this thing is rad. Okay. Yeah. No. We're That's what the stream is for, my man. Yeah. This thing is super cool. I would probably build it, for me, I would build it with a, I haven't checked out the CAD files yet for this, I meant to. I would build it with a much smaller focuser for me. Since I got such a small camera, I wouldn't need, yeah, drop it again. I couldn't find it, but your Orion shot, right? So, yeah, for me, I would build this with like a way smaller focuser to keep the whole thing lighter. And rotate it so the focuser is down. You could kind of integrate if you like structurally, if you integrate the focuser into the rings and or the dovetail, right? This whole thing can be much stiffer because you got all the load from the camera, the weight of the camera going through the now going through the tube, so that's going to put like a torque on the tube. So that could introduce some that could be some of your problem. That could introduce some flex in the system, right? So by rotating this down 90, that makes it like not really useful at all for visual astronomy. But by having this down, rotated down here 90, and making the whole bottom of the tube stronger and stiffer, you can transmit some of the load from the weight of the camera, right to the dovetail there. So yeah, I found you can find I found some 4-inch mirrors on AliExpress. Yeah, this thing is rad. Look at this, you guys. This is rad. The only thing I don't love about this is all that snow in the background there. That looks horrible. That's yeah, that's cool. But yeah, his camera's hanging off the back side of it there. Yeah. Are there solid, smaller focusers? Probably not, like, off the shelf. I would probably 3D print one. I think I didn't even really look at this zoomed in too closely. I'd rather be cold than hot. Can always add more layers. Nah, not me. I mean, it depends on how cold, how hot we're talking, right? But, like, I don't know. I love the warm weather. So I don't know. We can look at this, guys. Look at this image. First of all, for sure, this image has a lot of coma. Like that stands out for sure. That's noticeable in the stars. You know, coma is like the image plane isn't flat. It's like round. It's like spherical. So the stars at the edge of the image are always streaking away from the center. So yeah. So yeah. So definitely there's a lot of coma happening, and that's the nature of fast Newtonians. They always have coma. 5 degrees and windy. So yeah, the wind could be a problem too. Well, there's definitely coma. So I'm pretty sure, like, any coma corrector, any Newtonian's gonna need a coma corrector. So was this with a coma corrector or without? To me, it looks like it's without. But if it's with, then other than that, it actually kind of just looks like it's it kind of just looks like it's overall out of focus. Like, it just doesn't look like the focus is very sharp. Here's another clue: is you've got double diffraction spikes. So I think this is just partially just not in focus. See, I have 2 diffraction spikes here. All of them are like that. Yeah, see this like double diffraction spike here? Got to do high angle firing in cold weather package in Bridgeport. Wow. Yeah, all about layers. Yeah. Well, when we go out for, astronomy in the dark sky, it's not 5 degrees, but it's pretty cold out there. So, yeah. So, yeah, just overall, there's like a bunch of maybe potential optical things going on. The stars are not round. They're kind of egg-shaped. Maybe. I'm not sure about that with coma. I think the coma corrector has to be a certain distance from the sensor. I'm not sure about that. But like there's some like low-hanging fruit to like make sure you get it right. Like number 1 is you just make sure you dial the collimation in. Right? That's going to be a problem no matter what. So collimation. And then number 2 is focus. How are you focusing? Like I don't think you have an autofocuser, right? So, yeah. So, yeah, and then, yeah, it could be the weight of the camera making the whole thing twist a little bit, which will throw the collimation off. And we're done with stacking. Look at that. Done. Alrighty. How exciting. Okie dokie. Well, Oh man, I think this is going to be maybe not a significant improvement, but I think there's a bit more detail on these like dark structures in here. These stars are not very round. The stars are kind of disappointingly streaked. Oh, that's kind of weird. Well, that's what blur exterminator's for. You have an autofocusers. HFR on stars never dipped below 3.75. Interesting. For reference, the HFR on my stars are usually between, are usually around 1.8. Now, with a Newtonian, I would expect them to be larger. But that may mean that it was never able to come into actual focus. So yeah, your back focus might be off a bit. Is a 4K monitor worth it for photo editing? Absolutely, yes. yes, for sure. Yeah. Either the collimation or the back focus, right? Because I feel like the HFR. I mean, maybe not, right? It could depend on the Newtonian, but yeah, on my refractors on lenses, you're going to tend to have smaller, sharper stars, as I understand. But that's quite a bit larger than the HFR that I see on my system, my rig. Okay, so I've got my two images here. And twist your arm. Yeah. I've got a 42-inch display here. I don't know how. Yeah, see, I try to give you the FPV. It's pretty great. Yeah, I really, this was a good purchase. This is an OLED display too. It's a good gaming display. It's good. Despite these images being auto cropped, it didn't really do a very good job of getting all the artifacts out of there. So I'm gonna do another dynamic crop on them. Yeah, having the large monitor and the OLED display, it's like it just looks really brilliant. If you're doing any kind of movies or whatever, it just looks so much. It looks so great. Okay, so we're gonna crop this image. Gonna lose my astrometric solution, but whatever. Hopefully we can redo that. There's still a little piece up there. I think I missed a spot. Yeah. Dynamic crop tool is kind of annoying sometimes. Kind of hard to see when I zoom it in, but there is a little bit. And the reason it's important to get that out of there is when I do the mosaic, I don't want it to combine ugly pixels in there. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good way to do it, Myth. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this setup. So, whoops. And this one's got some artifacts too that it didn't really get out. Hey, what's up, Stan? How often do I stream? Well, it's been kind of a new thing for me. for doing these astrophotography streams. But we've been doing several nights a week. It's been several nights a week lately. It's been at least every other day. So glad to have you here. We're chatting astronomy, astrophotography. If you're here, and your screen name is Two Rivers Observatory, so I'm guessing that's your kind of jam too. So, okay. Okay, now let me let's see. I'm gonna save these. This was CA2, and I'm gonna call this CA1. Yeah, man. Oh, cool. Appreciate you. Glad to have you here. Yeah. So if you're new to me, I'm Dave, and I been doing astronomy, astrophotography. Also, I build telescopes. So the images that you see were shot with, well, in this case, I didn't build the telescope. I built the rig, the mount. I built the mount and the rig. So, but I do have a telescope that I built, and there's videos about that on my channel. So, if you're interested in that, feel free to check it out. Okay, let me see. I need to do a little bit of data organization. Tricky to do this stuff because I've got got to keep track of these two panels and then do the mosaic, and so I'm gonna save them. I'm gonna save them individually in my folder here. CA1. I don't have whatever. That's fine. Cool. Yeah, we're glad to have you. Appreciate that. CA2. Okay, now let's see. I need an astrometric solution on these, and this is what we were having problems with before, the image solver. So let's see if the image solver can do it for me today. The metadata should be there. It should be right. So I'm just gonna hit OK on that. Let's see. What did we say? You have not specified an observation date. Oh, why does it not have the date? Well, we know we can do that. January 5th. January 5th at like 2300 hours. And then I guess we have to search. California Nebula. NGC 1499. All right, please work. This thing has been not very good for me. I don't have any beer tonight, guys. I usually have a beer or two when we're doing this, so I apologize for that. Hopefully that's not too disappointing for you. Two Rivers Observatory. Are you? Is that just the? Is that the name of your personal observatory, or is it like a commercial operation? What's I guess there's two rivers there. That sounds cool. What's up, Richard? How are you doing? Good evening. Yes, look at that. We have an astrometric solution. Yay. Okay. It worked. Astronomy. Astrometry. That's a cool word. Image solver. And, okay. So we're going to get a new solution on this one. And we go... Up in Nova Scotia, Canada. Woo! I bet it's chilly up there tonight. How's the weather? Do you have clear skies tonight? Are you doing some observing? We have high wispy clouds in SoCal this evening. unfortunately. Okay. Get a solution on this one. Oh, cool. Oh, very cool. Very cool. What kind of gear do you have? What kind of observing? What kind of skies? I bet there could be some pretty dark skies up there in Nova Scotia, depending on where you're at. Okie dokie. There we go. Okay, cool. We have astrometric solutions on both. All right, now, in the past, when I've done these mosaics, I would think, my thought process was, you should remove the background gradients and then do the mosaic, right? However, I tried that, and I got really weird results. So then I just did the mosaic without subtracting the backgrounds, and it still got kind of weird background gradients, but it worked much better. This time I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it again with subtracting the background gradients and then processing the mosaic. So, haven't had clear skies in 2 weeks. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh man. Well, I hope you've got some data to play with, or you've got some equipment to experiment with. So cool, JB. Yeah, I'll look at your CAD in a bit too. Maybe we'll look at that on the stream. That'd be cool. Bortle 2-3. Oh man. Twin 10-inch maids. Oh man, we're gonna go visit Stan, you guys, in the summer though, not in the winter time. Yeah, not in the winter time. Okay, let's try. We'll do the spectrophotometric flux calibration on these, and we'll try the new gradient subtraction tool first, which I think is not going to work very well. It tends to always subtract nebulosity, but we'll try it. Perhaps doing these fancy calibrations will give me better results when we go to stack combine them into the mosaic. Stan, do you do photography, imaging up there as well, or just visual observing? Okay, now we will do multi-scale gradient correction. And just default settings and see what this does. Oh, I forgot I should turn this off in case somebody... Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Look at it, just subtract it. Yeah, oh my god, that is awful. Yeah, all right. Well, we're just going to move right on past that tool. And we'll go to Graxpert, the backup, pretty much the go-to. Awesome. Oh, that's so cool. Man, you're like living the dream with the gear, but not with the weather. That subtracted some nebulosity too. Look at that. Okay, well, we don't like that. Okay, well, let's try the gradient correction tool. I like this tool because it has the simplified model. And I think generally I tend to have really simple gradients in my images, and this image really has, it's like a reddish to a greenish gradient, and that's what the simplified model does. So we'll try that. Yeah. SETIs, we'll try that next. So I've said we'll try all the gradient removal tools, and whichever one works best. Yeah. Yeah, this myth. This was the Optolong L Enhance filter. So, yeah, definitely got to have filters for the light pollution. And that also seemed to subtract some nebulosity in there. Okay, so now we'll try SETI Astro's tool. And it's doing its thing. Gradient removal complete. All right. That might be the best one yet. Still seems to, well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll go with that. I guess that's as best as we're gonna get without really spending hours and hours and hours on yeah, fiddling with each tool. Maybe that'll be okay. And then, I learned a trick, I think, on the last stream. So SETI Astro's tool generates a new image, right? There was the original one. So instead of replacing your old image with it generates pops up a new one. So the question is, does this still have the astrometric solution? And we learned how to find that. Yeah, so if you go to the View Explorer tab, let me see if I can make that a little more visible. There we go. Yeah, so with the image selected, you go to the View Explorer tab here. Okay, this is the one. And so the arrow is the highlighted one. And then there's a section down here that says Astrometric Solution. Look at that. So it's there. Groovy. So, all right. So there's panel 1 and now panel 2. We'll grab this one and we'll do the same thing. Automatic DVE from this absolute legend, SETI Astro, who's got all these free tools. It seems to be doing a good job for me, Mads. For the last several images, it's been like the best tool. So, yeah, how they do that magic, who knows, you know? Let's take a look at what that did, and yeah, I guess that's probably the best one. Wow, and that like the detail in here I think is really kind of starting to pop out now. Start to get excited about what I'm seeing, you know. Let's check and make sure this also has a astrometric solution, and it does. Very cool. All right, so now now we need to do the gradient, or do the mosaic merging steps, and I can never remember those off the top of my head. Luckily, I wrote them down. Oh, we've already done one of them. Yeah, so the astrometric solution, you need that first, and then the next step is mosaic by coordinated. So you go script, mosaic by coordinates. And input images, I can add windows. So those two. Okay. And I think you can just leave this all default. And it's going to write new images, so you need an output directory. So I'll select my California Nebula directory. And it adds a suffix, _RA. Okay. And just hit OK. And we'll get that one going. And there we go. Look at that. So now we've got the two images rotated and aligned. That's a cool tool. So now if you just drag them over the top of each other, you'll see where they overlap, how they align. And oh, let's play with this. There's this new tool too. If you hold Control and drag, it'll link the views. So yeah, now I think I can do is like, yeah, look, I can like overlay them and then I can zoom in. And if you sort of click and hold, now you'll see they line up. So that's kind of fun. Anyways, just kind of a fun thing. Ah, cool, Stan. Yeah, we'll check it out. Alrighty, got those two, and then the next tool is process, all process, gradient merge mosaic. Now this is kind of lame because now I have to like, you can't select the now you have to select, you can't select the open frames. You have to select the outputted files. Oh, did that not? Oh, that's weird. This didn't. Oh, you have to save these. Okay. All right. I thought it would output them. Oh, okay. The script didn't save out the files yet because they were like already open, I guess. So okay. So we'll just save these. Yeah. Okay, now we go process gradient merge mosaic, and now we add my files, those two. And now there's things to play around with, the type of combination and then the feather and shrink radius. I'm just gonna leave it default for now, and we'll see how it looks. And then if it looks weird, then we'll play around with the settings. Oh, damn. That's sick, Stan. You guys are jelly of this. Yeah, I got the rollaway roof there, and yeah, that's cool. Yeah. This is still doing a thing here. I don't know why this is taking so long. Don't think this process usually takes that long. It's trying. This guy's living the dream. Everything but the weather. Okay, there we go. Merge mosaic. How does it look? Pretty good. Pretty good. So you kind of look at the seam. So it kind of, there's like one area, like a couple of areas, little weird areas here around the stars, and but overall, like, okay, I can definitely see the seam. The noise pattern's a little bit different here. And that may be unavoidable because I just maybe have more data on one than the other. I didn't quite have a perfect balance on that, so. But we'll go with it. I think that's gonna be good. So I'm gonna close all my other ones because I don't need those anymore. Close those. Cool. Okay, now we'll dynamic crop out the mosaic merging artifacts. Looks greener on top, you think? Let me see if that's let me get this cropped. Stay inside of all these. Yeah, it may be greener on top just because the noise is a bit different, and it's not color calibrated yet, right? So, all right, we'll crop it like that. Yeah, I don't think I can say that it looks greener on top on my screen. It's just kind of like the star field's like there's kind of an abrupt change in the star field here. Run SCNR. Yeah, well, I will if I need to. First, I need to color. I'll do the color calibration first, and then the green will likely go away once it's properly color calibrated. I think I need more evident when zoomed. Yeah, it's just the noise, and there's more stars, so the overall average is less green down here because there's more stars than up here. I think we'll color calibrate it, and because it's really not that noticeable to me. So blame the Twitch. The Twitch stream. Yeah, I think the stream quality looks good today too. I changed some settings on there and much happier with how that's looking. So, okay, so I think in order to do spectrophotometric color calibration, I need an astrometric solution. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that again. Hopefully this doesn't give me problems. This might be weird. The pixel scale and stuff might be different because it's a mosaic. So I might have to play with this a little bit. So whoops, I didn't spell nebula correctly. There's an L in there. Did it get it? What happened? Did it go away? I looked away and it went away. Maybe I clicked off it. Why is it? That's cool. So that's not working. California Nebula. Search. There it is. Okay. NGC 1499. You'd think I'd remember that by now. 2025, 2300 hours. Okay, I'll hit OK on that. So let's see if this works. It's kind of different because, like I know what the focal length and the pixel size is, but then it's drizzled, so then like the pixel size becomes half. But then it's a mosaic, so then it's, is it the same pixel size, but then a different focal ratio, right? So it gets, yeah. Oh, cool, Stan. That's the Cygnus wall. Check that out. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, we have a astrometric solution. That did work. Awesome. Okay, so now we can do spectrophotometric color calibration. But I need a preview. So we'll grab a preview and just run that. It's already got my filters in there, so that should be right. And that'll run. I don't look green anymore. Interesting that the background looks the noise looks all red now. That's not really something I've seen before. I don't know that the nebula certainly looks like the right color. Maybe when we stretch it, it won't look like that. Huh. Well, I think we'll go with it for now. Oh, you know what? Hold on, wait. There we go. Now I just wasn't properly auto stretched. Now that's looking right. Now there's no green. And then maybe there's a little bit of green in the background there, but yeah, the nebulosity looks really nice. Okay, so we will now run Blur Exterminator. And while that's running, I'm going to pop up and refill my beverage. I'll be right back.
Should I be waiting? Feels like I've had too much of drama, but I'm not ready to give
in. Good evening, Silver Grains. How are you? You're not getting any poisoning from chemicals earlier, did you? Guys, check out Silver Grains. She's doing film photography and like large format, and then doing her own developing. It took me a second to think of that word. It's not a word we use very much anymore. I did see you had some PPE on there. Let me see if I can do the shout out. Maybe I did the wrong slash. I thought it was. It used to be like exclamation point. Okay, I guess I don't know how to do shout outs. If chat lets me know. I thought I did. I thought exclamation point shout out. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, go follow Silver Grain. She's doing cool stuff. And we're finished with Blur Exterminator. And yeah, that looks pretty fantastic. So Silver Grains, this is the California Nebula. Named for, well, its shape, if that wasn't obvious. This is a very beautiful hydrogen emission nebula. And this time of year, this time of night, it's kind of right straight overhead. Pretty large area. And It's one I've shot before, but I've reshot it. And I think I'm seeing, yeah, there's structure in like dark nebula here that I don't think was visible in my previous attempt at this target. Let me bring that in here. I guess it is. It's just not very evident. So, yeah, it's there, but yeah. So, yeah, we'll see if we end up with something better this time around. Okay, I've run Blur Exterminator. Now, at this point in my processing, I like to remove the stars. Oh, it's slash shout out. There we go. Okay. Took me a little while, but I got you. I got you, Silver Greens. Where SF is supposed to be? I don't know what you mean. Oh. You mean San Francisco in the California nebula? in the dark spot there? Perhaps. There we go. Stars have been removed. And I put those down here. This target looks pretty brilliant in the starless image. Oh, dismantle and reassemble your first DSLR. You like biting your nails while he's doing it? Terrifying. Yeah. Speaking of dismantling and reassembling, I successfully dismantled and reassembled this guy today. This is the Skywatcher AZ GTI little mini telescope mount, and there's something wrong with it. There's a clutch locking screw here, and something was stripped in there, so my azimuth axis would not lock, which means this thing was not very useful. I successfully disassembled it yesterday and diagnosed the problem. Actually, Saturday, I guess, 2 days ago. And today came up with a solution. Indeed, something was stripped, and I just drilled it out and tapped it to the next size up. So now it's M4 instead of M3. Stan Two Rivers, thank you for the follow. Glad to have you on Twitch or YouTube, whichever you prefer. So anyways, that was a fun little project. And so now that this thing is working, I want to design and build a 3D printable equatorial wedge so we can run this thing in equatorial mode and try to use this for some maybe wide field imaging. Like this would be perfect for like Milky Way shots with a a wider, like a 50 millimeter lens. So this could be pretty fun to have now. Richard, I'm in SoCal. I am in SoCal. Yeah, DSLRs are crazy. Like the gadgetry, because they're built to be ergonomic. So like everything is, the assembly on those things has got to be just totally wild. Okay, now we run Noise Exterminator. Get rid of the noise. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, not your primary one. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, take apart the backup one, right? What's your primary DSLR, or do you even are you? Because I mean, you're shooting film also, right? So you've probably got several cameras. Wow, the noise exterminated version. Yeah, there's just like a tremendous amount of detail in here now. That's looking really cool. Tapioca, thank you for the follow. Glad to have you here. Nikon D750. All right, cool. I don't know Nikon's line. Is that like a crop sensor or is that like a full frame? Wow, yeah, the noise exterminated version. Yeah, there's like hints of detail. I kind of want to see these dark nebula imaged with, like a long focal length and see what kind of the detail they can have in there. Full frame, yeah. Yeah. Got a couple of Nikon folks in the chat today. I was always a Canon guy myself. So, yeah. That's looking really great. Okay, now we will do the nonlinear stretching. There's still some artifacts. This is an artifact from the mosaic merge, but we'll clone stamp those out. There's a spot over here, and there's a little bit of a weird spot here. So, yeah. Oh wow, that's testament there, huh? That's a tough environment in peacetime. Get the sand and the heat and the dust. Yeah, sand and dust is not nice to camera gear. Okay, time for histogram transformations. Yeah. Yeah, cool, man. All right, let's preview. Then we kill the auto stretch. And so I'm just kind of too stretched on the midtones. So we'll bring that down. Oh, the detail in there is just like, it's just really popping. Don't want to crush the background quite to 100% black. I'll fine tune it a bit with curves. This is a tricky. This is a bit of a tricky stretch here. I'll probably go, oops, well, literally it's like 1 pixel over. I go with that for now, and then I'm gonna tweak this a little bit more later. Oh yeah, dark structure enhance. Oh yeah, totally. I tend to forget to do that. Yeah. 136 degrees. That is nuts. Oh my gosh. 100% humidity. Bro, I was in frickin' like near Atlanta, Georgia on 4th of July. And it would we were like outdoors near like a river and like the mountains in northeast Georgia. And it was like, it would like thunderstorm all night long, just pouring rain. And we were kind of like down in this valley. So then like the ground would just like fill up with water. And then the next day it would just be like 100, it would be like, 98 degrees with like 100% humidity. And so like, you got like this bowl full of soggy grass and wet, muddy ground. And then with the heat, so it felt like a freaking sauna. I couldn't do it. I was like, nope. I was outside for like, and I was doing photography out there. I was like, out there, I took like 2 pictures and I'm like back inside. Like, I can't hack it. This is awful. It was, yeah. So 136, holy moly. That's crazy. Alrighty, so let's. I've got some noise stretched in here. Let's do a little bit of local histogram. I always do my local histogram equalization trick. To make the nebula stand out a little bit. We make a range mask. You guys have seen me do this a million times. Maybe not quite a million. And, you know, a value of 1 is always way too much. So we'll come down on that. More dramatic. And we might do a little bit more on the even brighter areas. Oh yeah, your first time seeing this trick? Okay. Well, I'm glad to share that with you. Yeah, local histogram equalization is good for just kind of adding like local contrast to details. It helps enhance just make details like these in the nebula, these sort of waves, kind of stand out. But you got to be tricky because you don't want to use too much, right? That's way too much. And I also apply a mask, so I select just the brighter areas or just the areas that I want, to affect, which is usually the brighter areas. Yeah, so just a little bit. A lot of these processes you kind of just, want to be delicate on. Okay, get rid of that. Like an unsharp mask. Yeah, it may be. There is also an unsharp mask tool. I think PixInsight. Yeah, PixInsight does have an unsharp mask tool. So we can play with, what that does. And that doesn't do much. Yeah, I don't need any more sharpening. Okay, yeah, cool, Jay. Okay, now I'm gonna do some curves to get this background looking a bit better. I definitely need to get rid of some of this, so which means I might lose some of the nebulosity. Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I am willing to make. Very delicate, very delicate. Okay, that's probably better. The overall nebula there, I don't really like what that did to it, but yeah, we definitely need to sort of crush some of this not nice looking background here. And let's see. I could even thank you, Myth. Discovered in 1884 by Edward Barnard. Oh, he must be the Barnard that has a catalog named after him. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, not just because it's low surface brightness, but it's really large. So you would need you would need a short focal length telescope with a very large aperture. So that means like a super fast telescope, right? Like an f2 or something like that. So yeah. Thank you for sharing those facts. Yes, yep. Emission nebula, which is why it's red. It's mostly hydrogen gas, which emits light in that wavelength, which is why we see the color red. So. Good question, Zach. I don't know. I have never tried those tools. There's a lot of stuff I haven't tried. Casual Crisp, hi. How are you? I'm glad to have you here this evening. Yeah, F7 won't cut it. No. For reference, I have seen the North American Nebula in a telescope, and this is one we've also reprocessed recently. So I have seen the North American Nebula in a telescope. It is extremely faint, and then this was from a Bortle 1, dark sight, in not a very large telescope. I can't remember which one we were looking through. One of the friends in the astronomy group has a dual rig setup. He's got a really nice Takahashi reflector. I think that's one we were looking in. So it was maybe a 6-inch aperture or something like that. And if you didn't, it was one of those things where if you didn't know to look for it, if you weren't familiar with this shape, then you'd probably miss it. Very, 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 very difficult to see. So, yeah. Okay, Zach saying a previewed background neutralization. SETI's fine background, then use preview to neutralize. Okay, so SETI Astro fine background stripped. Okay. I've never used this before. Let's try it. I guess we'll just say search. I don't know what this does. It's doing something. It's trying. Optimizing window. Preview created. Okay. It just made a little preview up here. So you think background neutralization with that preview? I guess we can try it. Let's see. See if that does anything. Yeah, that's not what we want. Maybe let's do a region of interest. No, that may be something to do like on the nonlinear image. On the nonlinear part. Yeah, I think I get gotta like look at it at different angles. I think I get like a combination of I think this is part of the complication of doing this as a mosaic, because the bottom was like a little bit brighter than the top, and it didn't quite doing the background subtractions didn't quite happen as uniformly as one would like. So, I mean, kind of what I really need is like a gradient, like to be able to apply the curves across a gradient, which in something like Photoshop, that's straightforward. But here, not so much. I think we'll just subtract out more like that. They do kind of lose some of the nebula, and then maybe kind of over contrast it, but that's what we may have to do. Or go all the way back and then mess with the background subtractions again. But that's looking pretty good. Let's play around with a little bit more curves with the saturation. I don't know. Should we saturate it more? Like, it's already super. I guess we could just put a little bit more. Depends on how many likes you want to get on social media, right? We'll just add a little bit more saturation to it. Okay. Then the last thing to do is clone stamp out these ugly halos and these other artifacts. Yeah. Mask to protect the nebula and then curve the background only. Let's try it. I was thinking that. For some reason I didn't want to do that. So if we do a range, so the tricky part is if we do a range mask, then let's see. Oh, maybe I can kind of get it. Okay. Four or five, maybe, and then make it smooth and fuzzy. Okay. Maybe 4, 6. What I can do also is not just trying to click and think and talk at the same time. What I can try here is not only use curves to bring that brightness down, but also the saturation. Because if I have non-color background noise, that's rather better looking than like the red, right? So okay, so now we have masks. So now I can just bring the background down. Yeah, the problem with doing a range mask with this, it's tricky because then you end up like the thing looks like a cardboard cutout. So you just got to be real careful with it. But that does actually look pretty natural. Okay, just real, and then I'm gonna bring the saturation like way down. There we go. All right, thank you for suggesting that, Zach, because this is what I want. Yeah. Myth, yeah, I in the past I've done a little bit of printing and selling. If anybody wants to buy one of my images, I'm happy to sell you one, print and sell you one. But overall, that hasn't been really worth the effort. But mostly I guess I post them on social media and kind of collect them. I would like to do more with them. That's kind of an ongoing conversation in the astrophotography community. Is like, what do you do with your images? So sharing them with you guys on the stream has been the most fun lately. So Stan, yes. So that's like the last step is I use a clone stamp tool to get rid of the star halos. Yeah. So and that works pretty well. It's a little bit tedious, but I've got a lot of blobs in here to get rid of. So I'll do that. I will definitely do that. Okay, now we'll go back to curves, and now we can do. Now we'll do maybe just a little darken the background just a little bit more. A very gentle S curve to. Yeah, just a bit more contrast. And then add some saturation. That's good. I don't want to go too much on that. Okay, now I think it's time for the clone stamp tool. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty darn good. I think that's looking pretty good. Let's clone stamp the stars out. I use a big radius and a big softness, and then I bring the opacity down a little bit. And then you just got to go through here and paint all these out. And I don't really paint them out. I kind of just click. I don't want to click and drag, because then I'll get like you can get like a smear pattern, which doesn't look good. That one's not too bad. I don't really need to do that. But I find I just kind of click. Yeah. The mirror, I found that used on the Cloudy Nights forums. I can't remember. I think he said it was it was originally manufactured by Hubble Optics, and but it was recently recoded from I think it was Starlight Coatings. I was gonna buy a 12-inch GSO mirror that Agena Astro sells, but this one was a better deal and probably a better mirror. So, oh, that's interesting. Now I'm seeing like stars that didn't get subtracted out. I didn't see those before. That's weird.
Each time of year carries memories like you're never fading with.
Wasn't feeling that song. Okay, there's this one little artifact in here. Yeah. It'd be nice to make some money with your hobbies there, Richard. I definitely feel that. This one's a little bit tricky because it's kind of like right on the edge of the nebula. So I don't know, like, should there be nebulosity there? Am I crushing that out? I don't really know. So clean some of these more up. Yeah. You paint models on commission. That's cool. What kind of models? Okay, there's some other smudges over here, but I'm gonna leave those. Those dimmer ones will just kind of make the stars just look kind of bloomy with those. So I think we'll leave those. There's still whoops. Let's see. Gotta hit the check mark. There's still a little bit of background noise in there. I think we'll just leave it. When I get the stars back in, I think it'll look just fine. Okay, so now stars. I use again SETI Astro's script. We'll do NB to narrowband to RGB and apply star stretch of 3.5. Nice small stars. Hit execute. Oh, okay, yeah, Warhammer, yeah, right, got it. I understand, yeah. Do you make them also? Like, do you 3D print them? Like with a resin 3D printer? That would be cool. I would like to do stuff like that. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah, cool. I'd love to check that out. Yeah, I used to build, models as a, as a kid, I guess, but it's been a while. I don't know if I like that. That was maybe 2. That may be not stretched enough. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, right on. I think those stars are not stretched enough. I'll add them in, and we'll see what it looks like. I don't know. Do I like that or not? They look pretty good. I feel like they're too small. I'm gonna make another one. We'll make a clone of that. And then I'll have you guys. We can do a vote or something. See what you guys think. Yeah. Yeah. I've had when I say kid, I mean that like up to like a few years ago. So no, I used to have like an airbrush, and I've sort of dabbled with like I've always wanted to do more of that, like airbrushing and stuff like that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. All right, we're working on these stars again here. I wasn't quite happy with that. I think it was just not quite stretched enough, which is fine. We'll just redo it here. Stars and star stretch a value of 4 and execute. Oh, little tanks. Those are cool, dude. Oh man, what a badass tabletop game. Those are so badass. Those are like little, painting all these little details. That would be fun. Look at these little army dudes over here. That reminds me of Civilization. Yeah, oil washes, pigment powders. Okay. Yeah. Oh, cool. Model Railroad Club, bro. Freaking 10-year-old me would have just lost my shit at the Model Railroad Club. My grandpa had a model railroad in his basement, and it kind of like never worked. Partially because like we were kids and we were shitheads and probably always broke it or whatever. But yeah, I wish I had a basement. I could have a model railroad in there. Zach, second iteration is better. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, right? Yeah, there's just too small on the stars. The one on the right, you can't even see the one on the right because it's behind my head. But you don't need to. This one is pretty great. Yeah. Cool. 40K. Ah. Wait. Which is why he's repairing the camera? I feel like that could go a couple of ways. Like, did he paint the camera accidentally? Did he drop the camera in a bucket of paint? That phrase is a little... I think you mean because he wants the camera to take pictures of the stuff? The way it's phrased just kind of makes me laugh. Because like, that could go a couple of ways. Yeah, cool. Cool. All right. We don't want that one. That one sucks, we decided, right? Now, the real test is to compare it to this one from before. All right, so the first one. This one is a stacked image of 60-second exposures. Let me do the math. It'll take a second here. On how much integration time. 116 plus. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's not the right number. So it should be, I'll start over. 133 plus. 48. 181 times 60. That's that. Oh no, wait. 181. Yeah, times 60 is that many seconds. Divided by 3,600 is 3 hours. Hey, have a good dinner. Oh, doggo dinner time. Okay. Tell your dog I said have a good dinner. Yeah, my brain is smoking on that math. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too, Zach. We're going to compare here. So like 3 hours of 60-second exposures versus 6 hours, which is like 3 hours of 5-minute exposures and 3 hours of, yeah, it just looks much larger. Yeah, I got all this extra sort of blooming around it, all this stuff down here. So, yeah. Was it worth putting the extra time into it? Kind of mad that I paid the money to print the first one, because this is definitely better. Yeah, cool. You don't eat until 11. Oh, evening shift at work. Man, I couldn't do that. Stan, this is one-shot color. One-shot color with the Optilong L Enhance filter. Yeah. Oh, we forgot a step. Oh, Zach, I let you down. We let Zach down, you guys. Forgot the dark structure enhance. That's all right. We can go script. Where is that? Utilities, I think. Dark structure enhance. Let's run that real quick. Yeah, I don't know about much more. The main detail is all there. I guess it really depends on this. Well, once I run this dark structure enhance script, I'll zoom in on it. And on the dark structures, I think that's where you kind of see the detail. Both images are the same filter. Okay, that's done. So, okay, let's undo. Redo. Kind of makes it a little bit more. Is there a difference in color? Undo. Yeah, it just gives you a bit more contrast. Oh, another reason why it looks like there's more detail is the second one, this new version, I drizzled it. I drizzle integrated it. So that gives you a lot more, the detail on these dark nebula structures in here. It's just a lot smoother on the one on the left here. Because it's like double the resolution. So, the color looks... Let me add the stars back in here now. I've not used Photoshop Express, Dan. Interesting. Might have to give that a try. Yeah, maybe the colors are a little bit different. I mean, the new one, the color should be more better because I use that, newer, fancier tool to calibrate the colors. So, like, the colors should be more accurate, I guess. But it's a pretty subtle difference to me looking at it here. The new one may just not quite be saturated as much. Yeah. 1,000 to 1,500 light years away. Yeah. I especially from, and capturing it from, honestly, like, I'm a little bit jaded already, but like to be able to get something like that from the frickin' light pollution. Like, I shot this on my balcony, right? With all the apartment lights in Southern California, Bortle 9,000, right? So to be able to get that is pretty freaking remarkable. Yeah, I guess I can just gotta sit back, and enjoy and admire. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, crazy what we can do. Yeah, I mean, with the right filters. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Maple? How are you? Yeah, it's not kind of just my horn. It's the others that are that have come up with the techniques for being able to get these images, and the tools that are available to us. I didn't come up with that. So, Richard, have a good night. Glad you're here. Oh, Zach, yeah, Bortle 7, yeah, it could be much better than, yeah. Yeah, narrowband filters are amazing, what we can do. Yeah. Yeah, Maple Glades. Oh, hold on. I just now embarrassingly learned how to use the shout out tool. Nope, I have to use the right slash. What I need to learn how to do is get those like automatic shout outs set up. Did it not? Neither of those worked? Oh, you don't have the ad in there, huh? I'm having a hard time with this, guys. There it is. Check out Maple Glades stream. He's thrown some raids in here a few times. I dig the IRL stream stuff. That's cool. He's got a sweet rig where he, for you DSLR guys, where he took his, he's got his cell phone like mounted to his camera, and then using the video output so he can stream the the viewfinder, what his camera sees. So I think that's really clever, really cool, and I was really impressed with the image quality. Yeah, really impressed with the image quality from the maybe that's more a testament to the quality of the cell network in around Vancouver. It dropped a little bit, but for the most part, it was like not just consistent, but really good quality. So that's cool. That's fun stuff. Yeah. There's another guy I watch. There's an IRL music streamer guy that's pretty popular, and he's got like his whole freaking Have you seen this guy Maple Glades? Because if you've seen the IRL streaming stuff, I can't remember his name. Maybe he's on right now. Oh, he is. Yeah, this guy. Oh, except he's not. The one night I'm talking about him, he's not. He's not doing his. He's like in a studio. Airy at home. This guy, so like, he normally he's got this like rig, like backpack mounted rig, and like, he's got like his keyboard in front of him, and like he just like walks around the street and like makes beats, and then he like puts a mic, like people are like, oh, what's up, and he like gives them a microphone, and they just like rap or whatever, you know. Yeah, this guy's got fun stuff. Yeah, he's kind of my main exposure to IRL streaming. So yeah. I guess I could post this. I'll post his link in the chat. Yeah, I think he's showing up on Reddit a bit. That's, you know, you get some content on Reddit, you get some big views there. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be so fun. It'd be so cool if I could do like a IRL stream, like from an astronomy dark site. But like fun but not fun because it would be dark, so you can't see anything. So I'd have to figure out a way to like, we could use like infrared cameras or like like night vision goggles kind of things. And you'd have to have like Starlink satellite, but I don't know. There could be a way, like at a star party or something. There could be a way that could maybe work. So, shout them out. Yeah, can you shout out people that are like not in your? I guess you can since you're mentioning it. Shout out people that are not in your chat or whatever. Guess I could play with that later. Yeah. Yeah, that's typically the well, you guys have found me, Myth, so here we are. Yeah, a testament to that. Yeah, cool. Planetary astrophotography, yeah. So I've been trying to get that set up. Shout out anyone, anytime. Of course you can, right? I don't know why I wouldn't assume that's the thing. Twitch is all about, yeah. Security camera has infrared. Yeah, so, okay, Stan, so I have a security camera, which has infrared for my rig out on the, when I put my rig out on the balcony. So, yeah, what you're talking about, yeah, security camera could do, something like that. But, yeah, Myth, I've been trying to get my my Dobbs set up to do planetary. So I could do it, live and stream that. And that would be pretty cool, especially with Jupiter, because Jupiter changes. You can see Jupiter rotate. We could see the moon's transit. And with Mars, similarly with Mars, and Mars opposition is coming up in like a couple of weeks, right? So that's going to be the best time for imaging Mars. So I've been trying to get that set up, and I can't. I'm having trouble with. It's not gonna work where I can sit in here. I have to be sitting outside on the laptop next to it. Maybe we could still do it. It would be funky. I'm not sure. I guess we could try it. I mean, why not, right? You can always just, if the stream sucks, you can always just shut it off, right? So, yeah, if everyone leaves, then I'll know it's no good, right? But I have got some good images of Jupiter with that telescope. Yeah. So Maple, yeah. So I can getting the live feed from the telescope camera. That's trivial, right? I can do that. The problem is getting the telescope to work right. Yeah. So at least I'm talking about with the with planetary imaging. So getting it to track the object right. So yeah, leave the laptop out there and remote desktop to it. Yeah. Um, the music is too loud, you think? There we go. I brought it down there. Hopefully that's cool. So here's some images of Jupiter I've captured. This was a couple months ago. I haven't been able to do too much more of this lately. But no, thank you. Like you were mentioning earlier. Yeah, thank you for the help with the stream. Yeah, Maple. Yesterday, when I dropped a raid on your stream, I haven't seen this before. It was set to followers only chat, with the additional stipulation that you had to be a follower for more than 30 days. Like I'm like, no, I am a follower, but like I haven't been following you for 30 days, so I still couldn't chat. So it's like I couldn't, which means I couldn't chat to tell you that it was set to that. So. Yeah, today was fine. It was fine. But yeah, I have weird things too with Twitch. Just like, it always puts me in the wrong category when I first start streaming, and I forget, and then I have to go back and change it. So yeah, cool. Yeah, so Jupiter, and then so that's Jupiter, and that's one of Jupiter's moons. That's Io, the moon right there. And so you can see as time goes on, this was like an hour later. Io is over here now. Yeah, right. I thought like, oh, I should just go to Discord and send a message, right? So, yeah, no worries. So, yeah, this is a series of images over, I don't know, a period of an hour or two. And so you can see Io move away as it's rotating. And then you'll see later on, now we see Europa start to come into view here. And we see the great red spot as the planet rotates around. So a Jehovian day is, I think it's about 10 hours. So over the course of a night, we can see Jupiter almost do a full rotation. So we see a lot of cool stuff happening on Jupiter. And including, now we see Europa, and this black dot here is Europa's shadow being cast on the surface. So it's really cool to be able to see details like that. Right, so. Very cool. Yeah, planetary imaging is a whole different thing than this kind of imaging. It's kind of a completely different kind of process. So, I mean, still very cool. But yeah. Okay, I think I'm done with this one. I think I'm super happy with this image now. I'm gonna save it. And I'm gonna do, I think I'll probably just do one more kind of quickly. Let's save it in my AstroPix folder. This is one I've processed many different versions of. 1625. Yeah, we'll just call it that. How large is this image? The JPEG is 3.19 megabytes. The resolution It's going to be pretty high resolution because I drizzled it. Oh, yeah, the resolution is quite high. So the resolution is 7386 by 7454. So that's pretty high resolution. When you drizzle it, you get double the resolution, right? So, like, for free. So that's fun. All right, I'm going to save a TIFF. I've been saving just JPEGs. I don't know why. So I'm going to start saving TIFFs and JPEGs. All right. Gonna close that. We're gonna move on. Whatever, that's fine. Oh, we're back. Okay. PixInsight workspace was getting a little bit weird. I'm gonna play with one more image. Let's see. So the other night, we also shot. I don't have a whole lot of data on this, but I also shot the Wizard Nebula, and this is probably too small of a target, really, for my current rig. But we'll process the image and see what it looks like. Kind of get an idea if it's worth adding more data to it. I do have the Wizard Nebula imaged from years ago with my DSLR rig, which had a narrower field of view, and got a pretty nice image out of that. So, yeah, about a 24 by 24. Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on the pixel ratio, the pixel density that you print it at, but yeah, pretty big. Okay, so yeah, flats are the same. We just want to clear and add the lights. Yeah, I could probably print it 24 by 24, and it would look pretty good. I would probably crop it to be more of a 16 by 9 vertical aspect ratio. For that object, yeah, cropping it would probably make sense. Okay, 21 frames added, and we'll do a drizzle integration. I've been doing that on everything now, and they tend to look really great. Need an output folder. All right, and let's run that. And while that's running, I can share my old Wizard Nebula shot. There it is, which I reprocessed recently. So this is the Wizard Nebula. I shot this with my my old rig, my DSLR, my Canon 7D Mark II, with my 8-inch imaging Newtonian telescope from a dark sky. I like the colors here. There's some blue, there's some pink. The main problem with this image is just not enough integration time, and B, my camera was not astro modded, so there's a lot of HA signal, a lot of pink that's kind of missing in here. So the new one that I stack, I expect to see quite a bit more pink or red than what we see here. Oh, Stan, I haven't streamed Flight Simulator in like over a year. That's when I first started streaming. That's like why I have a Twitch account. I was flying gliders in Microsoft Flight Simulator. That was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun and made a lot of friends doing that. That was really cool. Kind of got burned out on that, I guess. I kind of just sort of lost interest. Streaming that was kind of a lot of work, a lot of off-stream work to prep for that, setting up glider tasks and stuff. But it was fun. And now there's a new version of Microsoft Flight Simulator out, and they've made a lot of upgrades and changes to the gliders. So I'm curious to try it again. But also, like any new piece of game software these days, The state that it was released in was abysmal. Bugs and just not working, being broken. It's from what I understand, a lot of that stuff is fixed, but there's still a lot of things that are not fixed. So I still watch a lot of flight simulator streamers. Still a lot of friends in the flight sim community on Twitch. So, and I think they're streaming right now. Yeah, like Chill Maze. Let me try this new shout out command. I hope that's the right link. Yeah, it is. There you go. Yeah, if you want to check out a cool flight sim streamer, check out my guy Chill Maze. He's on right now. Yeah, feel free to put me in the, put me in another tab, mute me, go hang out with Chill Maze. We'll probably raid him. That'll be fun. Raid Chill Maze. Yeah. Yeah, I got you, Myth. Yeah. Thank you, Nevada Desert Skies. Good to see you again. This is my old picture from 2016. I've reprocessed it recently with newer tools. So I'm working on right now. Well, PixInsight is doing the work. We're sitting here stacking a new version, which is going to be not as good. Well, I don't know. We'll see what it is. It's going to be smaller because it's definitely a smaller, image scale and stuff. So, but we'll give it a try. It's doing its astrometric solution here now. We're almost done with that. Okay, well, that's going. Still doing its thing. I'm gonna go. I'll go use the bathroom while that's going, and I'll do a BRB. Oh, hell yeah, you got to figure it out. What, you had the, was it the Astrophysics brand mount, I think you said? Yeah, I remember you were talking about weird stuff going on with that. Imaging M1. Oh, Crab Nebula, right? Oh, that's one I really want to image, but you got to have like a long scope for that. All right, cool. This thing is stacked. Yeah, if you guys don't know what the Crab Nebula is, this is a super cool target, super cool object, supernova remnant. Obviously, the Hubble Space Telescope takes the takes the cake for the amazing image of the Crab Nebula. So the coolest thing about this object is it's a supernova remnant that exploded like some 3,000 years ago, I think, and so there's written record of it, like in the Chinese and Chinese astronomers and other cultures where they saw it, basically a new star, and I think it was like bright enough to see in the daytime, right? So you know, for a couple weeks they would have seen this supernova explosion. So that's super cool. So being able to image it now is great, but it's pretty small. Angular size is quite small in the night sky, so you gotta have some focal length to get to that. All right, Wizard Nebula. Let's take a look at what we got here. Stacked up. Yeah, there's not much in there. It's not a whole lot of data either. 21. The script tells me without. I can just get the calculator. 21 times 5 minutes divided by 60. Whoops. Yeah, so it's a little under 2 hours. The Crab Nebula? Supernova Remnant. Crab Nebula. Oh, Mach 1. Yeah. Got you, Nevada. What was the problem? It was sent. There you go. Oh, you had the keypad plugged in, and it was sending conflicting messages while you were. Oh, so like the hand controller was trying to send data, and Nina was trying to send data at the same time, and they were conflicting. That sounds like a really simple thing, right? So like easy solution, but probably difficult to figure out. Yeah, dude, I want to image that one too. Yeah, Nevada, you got to share their images of that. I really, if you would like to, check out the Discord. The link on YouTube is at the top. If you would like to share that, we would love to see it. I'm gonna post the link again. The longest focal length. What scope are you using? If you'd like to join the Discord, I just posted the link there. We would love to see. I would love to see. I'm sure others would also love to see your image. Yeah, if you'd like to share that, that'd be cool. You know, work in progress or when you get it, finished, right? So, let's just do a real quick process on this. There's a lot of sky glow in here, and there's just not a lot of data. But so we'll just do some quick. We'll just do some quick stuff. Oh yeah. We want to see rig pics too. Yeah. Yeah, nothing like some hardware porn, right? So. Once I subtract the background, there's kind of some more. It's definitely there, right? Yeah. 2 months. All you had to do was just unplug the one thing, right? I mean, that's both great and horrible at the same time, right? It's great. It wasn't something like mechanically wrong or something like some crazy software bug, but frustrating because it was just such a simple thing. I kind of, whenever something like that happens to me, I feel like both like angry and happy at the same time. A channel for rig pics. You got it. Asking you shall receive. All right, there's a channel in the Discord for rig pics. I just called it rigs, so we're going to leave it open-ended for that. Whatever rig you got. If we're talking about astrophotography rigs, or we're talking about if we're talking about your whatever your rig for computer rig, or your music rig, or your whatever your rig is, post your rig pics. Yeah, he's on it. Look at that. Nice. I like it. Started us off with the rig shots there. I got some. I'll pull some in there. Yeah. All right. Let's do a quick color calibration on this thing. We're just gonna kind of blast through this one. Yeah, right on. Your Astro camera's coming later this week, I think you said, right? Oh, dude, look. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Oh, man. I'm so jelly. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, dude. Is that a single sub or is that like a... Is that a single sub? That's such cool detail in there. That's Nevada Desert Skies Crab Nebula shot. Look at that. Cool, man. Which did you say? Sorry, I don't know if you said or not, but which what scope you're using? Oh, you got the camera today. Cool. And you're waiting on the Quieter 4. That's the mini PC, right? Yeah. Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, you're getting it. A single 10-minute HA sub. That's so crazy. We're all pretty jealous of that. Yeah. Cool. Oh, yeah, all right. I should get a freaking Amazon affiliate link going, huh? Yeah, that little thing's been great. Yeah, you just got to make sure. There's a couple things with it. Like, number one is you take the stickers off the top. Yeah, Melee 4. Like, the top of the thing is like a heat sink, and they put 2 stickers on there, which totally blocks some of the... you know, heat capacity is not the right word. Thermal exchange surface area. Anyways, take the stickers off the top to start with. And then there's also, mine, I spaced it out, and you can get heat sinks for it. I don't think you really need a heat sink, but you just need to make sure it has airflow on top and bottom. That's really it. So... Speed Running Startups. What's up, man? How are you? Dispersion. That's not the right word either. Dissipation. Yeah, that sort of works. Because heat radiates and it conducts, and there's one other form of heat transfer. Radiation, conduction, and convection. There it is. Those are the 3 words that heat does. Those are the 3 types of heat transfer. Scott by Scott, you use honey. Saved you 1%. It gained them 3% and lost me 2%. Join Legal Eagles class action lawsuit. All right, we're working on a nonlinear stretch here. Oh, we've got some interesting kind of banding going on Yeah, I think I just need more integration time on this image. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little ugly now, but maybe worth spending more time on. Yeah. Ah, cool. Gotcha, speedrunning. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. It's funny you should mention that because so I've got a new video. I just rendered it. I just finished editing it and rendered it this afternoon. So I have a new video dropping on my YouTube channel about tips for designing parts for 3D printing. It's like a top 10 list, right? Design tips for 3D printing. And the last bonus tip is to just don't 3D print it, because there's a lot of parts that 3D printing is not great for, and that's sort of been part of my philosophy in designing and working with these things is use a 3D printer where it makes sense, and where it doesn't make sense, then don't use it. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. I guess I should play with the curves a little bit on this thing and. Whoops, not that one. Scott by Scott, how's the quality of the stream look today? Does that look better to you? I think I'm looking at it here, and I think it's looking better now. I think I got that sorted out. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that video performed rather well on my channel for especially compared to my more recent videos. So that's always fun to see. So thanks for watching. It's always good to have always feels good to get a good number of views and stuff. So you 3D printed a ball within a ball yesterday. Okay, well that's fun. Right on. All right, let's do SETI Astro's script on these stars. Ah, cool. No, I was definitely not using Comic Sans. It was like a comic. The font wasn't Comic Sans. The chat thing has like built-in different overlays. It was like comic voice bubbles. So yeah. But it was I had something weird for some reason. I had OBS Studio set to like the base canvas resolution to like 1,000 by 500. I don't know why it was set so low, and so it was like taking like that low of a resolution and then scaling it up to 1080. So that's why it was looking partially bad. Yeah. Can you say in short how the telescope works? What do you mean? How you mean like how a telescope works in general, or like how well it works? Oh, that was a joke. Okay, I was a little bit offended there. I'm like, I got enough. I know enough about. I've been around enough known and then not use Comic Sans ever for anything, right? So, unless I was the one playing a joke. The shroud. I think speedrunning is what you're talking about. My friend Alfredo made the shroud for me. He has a sewing shop. We were talking about him earlier. He makes a lot of like big, heavy canvas bags and stuff. So I took the telescope down there and we measured it out, and he made that for me out of some scrap material. It's kind of a heavy neoprene, so it's definitely a bit heavier than it needs to be. but the reason we used that was because it was scrap material. So I'm like, yeah, let's just use the scrap. You know, I ideally I think a lighter weight material would be better, but you know, it's good, and it doesn't wrinkle, and it's nice and stretchy. So, yeah. Oh, cool. Myth, you have a 3D printed light panel for flats. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Uh-oh, Stan's sharing some rig pics with the red camera too, so it's nice and kind of spooky. Oh yeah, or a winky eye emoji. Yeah, for the yeah. Is the whole telescope 3D printed with carbon fiber, or did you just attach a telescope to a stand? Well, the stand is part of the telescope. What's up, Alex? How are you? The target for this picture is the Wizard Nebula. This was kind of just like a filler target, kind of a bonus target, and I only have a little under 2 hours of data on it, and it's too small for this field of view, so we were just kind of seeing what we can get out of it, and yeah, you know, it's pretty cool. I do have a better image of the Wizard Nebula. This was shot many years ago with my DSLR from the desert, and I've reprocessed this recently. So speedrunning, the printed parts on the telescope, not the one I used to image this. We're talking about my 12.5-inch Dobsonian telescope that I built. You can see a video on that on my YouTube channel. ! YouTube. That works. So yeah, all the parts are 3D printed with carbon fiber polycarbonate, and then there's other carbon fiber parts. The truss tubes are traditional carbon fiber laminate, and there's carbon fiber laminate sheet parts that make up like the mirror box and some parts of the front ring that support the secondary mirror. And then the stand is part of the assembly also. This was shot with my Orion 8-inch Newtonian, 8-inch f4, so it's a 800 millimeter focal length. The new one, this is shot with my Rokinon 135 millimeter f2 camera lens, but a smaller image sensor, so you get like a crop factor. So the equivalent field of view of this is like 450 millimeters, so it's basically like half of this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and add more data to this one. Maybe not. Yeah, you know, it's kind of a thing. It's fun. Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah. I appreciate you saying that and checking out the video. Yeah, telescopes are cool. I like building telescopes, and taking pictures with them is fun too. So, yeah. You have a Rokinon as well? Cool. Yeah, it is great. Yeah, it's great. If you weren't here earlier, here's the California Nebula that I went back and reshot. So this is with my new rig. This is with that Rokinon lens. Do you think it'd be possible for people to attach multiple mirrors together with 3D printing? Oh, do you mean like a multiple a segmented mirror like they're doing with like the James Webb Space Telescope and a lot of newer observatories? Yes, I did. Myth. The calibration frames I use are bias frames, dark flats, and flats, and that's it. I don't do darks because I can't match without a cooled camera. You can't match the or it'd be very difficult to match the temperature for the darks. And the darks really need to be the same temperature because darks are there to remove thermal noise. So if you can't match the temperature, then it will be then it actually makes the noise worse. So I have tried that and it doesn't work. Yeah, 135 is great for a lot of targets. Yep. Yep. Yeah, okay, so speedrunning startups. So segmented mirrors, this came up in some astronomy forum somewhere recently. The basic answer to that is no. Well, I don't want to say no, right? Because I hate it when people say that. Oh, no, it's too hard. You can't do that. Well, I mean, the open source community, I mean, they're able to do some things. The problem with a segmented mirror, a mirror made up of a bunch of smaller mirrors, is each one of those segments has to have actuators to align them so that the whole mirror makes the right shape. And that has to be tits perfect, right? That has to be like, so it's, you know, I mean, is that something that like you could do as a hobbyist with 3D printing? You know, maybe. I don't know really how they do it, you know, on like professional instruments right now. But from what I understand, it is the kind of thing that's out of the range of use for, you know, hobbyists. So, yeah. So I think the answer is no. But I'm not gonna. If somebody wants to figure it out, I would love to find out, yeah, how that's done and really understand that problem, and to see like, because I don't want to sit here and say don't let anyone ever tell you what you can't do, right? Anytime someone comes in anywhere and it's like, oh no, it's too hard, you can't do it, it's impossible, like go fuck yourself. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't have 3D printers right now, right? So, yeah. That's a great way to put it. You could put a lot of effort into making a really shitty mirror. Yes, you could work really hard and make a bad version. Yes. Yes. That's a great way to put it. Or you could work really hard and make a bad version, but learn something in the process. And then go, oh, well, maybe if I work really hard, I can make a little bit less bad version. And then maybe you inspire somebody else that goes, oh, well, if you just do this, now it's not really as bad at all. Now it's almost usable. Or maybe you learn something in the process that you can utilize somewhere else on some totally unrelated project that has nothing to do with telescopes. But you're like, oh, I need an actuator mechanism. And I figured out how to do that. You know, it doesn't work good enough to make a telescope segmented telescope mirror, but it'll work good enough for a robot lawnmower. I don't know, right? So, yeah, there's... You know, yeah. There's one of my favorite sayings is, you know, the only such thing as the only failed experiment is one that doesn't yield any data, right? So if you try something and it sucks, well, if you learned from it, then it wasn't a wasted time, right? So, anyways, I'm just gonna save this picture. And I think we're gonna call this a night here. I've got more stuff, you know, we could do, but I think I want to call it a night. Just gonna call this Wizard for now. I think I'm gonna call this one a night. I really want to raid my good friend Chill Maze. Chill Maze is streaming Microsoft Flight Simulator. So if that's not your thing, totally understand. But he's a cool guy, and he'll be happy to see you guys there. Thank you guys for being here. You feel like some... Yeah, maybe, dude. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, speedruns. Hey, check out the Discord, dude. Feel free to... Let's chat out in there. Link to the... I'll just post the link again, because I think I have it on the clipboard. Hopefully that's what I pasted. We chat about it in the Discord. Yeah, let's... I mean, we could, you know, see what would it really take, you know? Cool, Stan. Appreciate you. I'm glad you found me, too. Glad to have you guys here. Zach, thanks for being here. Yeah, Maple Glades was here. We had a lot of fun people here tonight. Thanks, everyone, for being here. This was a good one. Stick around for the raid. Let's go raid my buddy Chill Maze. He's a good guy. He's fun to hang out with. And check out some Microsoft Flight Simulator if you hadn't before, because there's some really cool stuff you can do in there. They're flying... they're doing bush flying in Idaho right now, which is super cool. up in the mountains, and always a good time over there. Thank you guys for being here. I need to initiate the raid, and let me see. There he is. All right. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for being here. Stick around for the raid. Go hang out with Chill Maze. It'll be a good time over there, I promise.
And then those sceneries he makes, man, he could be charging money for him. He doesn't charge a cent for any of them.